Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently primarily working on our highway here, and by highway of course I mean our relay setup. That is our primary focus for the moment, and where most of our alloys are going. That will help us deploy our defensive forces more rapidly, for sure. Do we want to get another construction ship? That's an interesting question. I'm pulling up a calculator here. 123 alloys per month. Is there a fractional component to this? 123.15. Okay. So 123.15 times 12 gives us 1,477.8 alloys per year. That is not quite enough to support a third construction ship building hyper relays. And our rare crystals are going to be a problem there. We'll have to continue to buy rare crystals. So I think for the moment, 2 construction ships are probably the best bet. They can construct continuously, and we'll have about 400 alloys per year to put into our navy. So that seems okay. We've got this science ship over here that needs a leader slot, and we have to actually recruit one. We're at 7 of 8, so we will put this in. There we go. Mineral magnet, and we are going to assist research there. Now, this science ship, I'm actually just going to disband. We do not need to have it. We don't want to go over our leader cap at this moment, and we don't actually have a tech world for that to survey, so that'll be fine. We're preparing for ship upgrades right now. Plan to swarm is not 1 out of 6.
Liquidated.
Okay, I guess that's because of this, sure. So for now, that's okay. We're getting these upgrades underway shortly, and yep, those are being worked on. Fantastic. Governing ethics shift, sure. So the next upgrade would be the 0-point reactor. Okay, that will take a little bit. Now, you guys should get upgraded. There you go. Get those upgrades going. Fantastic. So it'll take a little bit to work through there. Our skeletal giant is just chilling. Interdimensional trade has increased. That's fantastic. And
ships upscaled.
We have low stability out over on Dahlberg Prime. Indeed we do. We could simply put in an anti-crime campaign here. And we'll see. Yeah, that brings it down to 2% crime. So the stability will help a little bit. It's mostly pop approval ratings that we're struggling with there. But that's... What do we have on here for population?
Ships upscaled.
Mostly Maloqui. Fascinating. Very fascinating. This hyper entertainment forum is now done. We could grab the Vault of Acquisitions. Potentially an interesting option there. What else is there in here, though? I'm not going to bother with uplifting, I don't think. Amoeba flagella? I mean, that's not that big of a deal either. We'll grab Energy Siphon mostly as a reroll here, I think. That'll be fine. Okay, so that's all looking good. Eventually, we're going to want to upgrade our star bases. That is quite a lot in terms of alloys, but it would be beneficial, particularly on our trade stations. So if we were to upgrade our trade hubs, we can get a few of these going. This one, we should probably put in our trade hubs and our resource silo. And then we'll hang on getting those others upgraded. That's not going to be a big priority at this moment. What is our fleet strength looking like? 22k? I mean, there's a lot of 40k fleets here. We need to work on that for sure. I am actually going to get... There's a lot of trade hubs here. We need 3, actually 4 additional star fortresses upgraded. Okay. We have a lot of this queued up here. And we're lacking... How many minerals for this? 19? Sure. We're making our way to a Streakian right now. That is already queued up. So we have some time. But we're only making 1 per month. 0 per month. Okay. So that is definitely something that we need to work on. We've got this mining world here. Can we get any rare crystals or exotic gases for free? No. So we'll put in a synthetic crystal plant. That'll do for now. Or will it?
Research actualized.
A Malarnock, huh? I'm not sure if they can actually work in synthetic crystal plants. We'll see. We're full on food, so we're going to sell off our food. And this energy siphon is going to be replaced then with what exactly? The Fleet Supremacy Edict is not a terrible idea. We'll have access to that. And this superfluid materials is going to finish very shortly here, so we'll just let that finish up.
Under assault.
Kornagi has attracted pirates. Okay, that's right down here. That's not a problem. So we're going to grab, I think... Man, I really want armor to pop up. It just isn't. We could go for citadels, but I think for now... How long would that take? 43 months? I think for now we're going to go with destroyer hull points. And I'm going to grab one of our fleets here, the Lesser Messenger. We're just going to go down to Kornagi. No problem there.
Blocker liquidated.
We do need a job on our Empire capital, and I'm going to go for alloy nanoplants here. Hello, Consul. Imagine meeting you here. You're completely useless to us. Excellent. I mean, not completely. We could theoretically do, like, bug fixes or something with it, but... Otherwise, basically useless. Cool. So this hyper relay is at 6%. And we're eliminating these pirates with absolutely no problem whatsoever. Beautiful. And we're going to head back and repair. I'm actually surprised that our capital wasn't maxed out, but there's a number of buildings here that we can upgrade, which is pretty cool. I'm fine with that. That's absolutely wonderful, in fact. Now, I am going to start getting some of these other trade hubs going. What is the price of alloys? Are they still tanking the price? They are. So actually, we can get all of these trade hubs going. I love it. So we'll get this going here. And from here, I'm going to sell off some minerals and actually some consumer goods. Volatile motes. Are we going to sell exotic gases? I'm going to sell 500 of them. Nothing else are we going to sell. 3.71. Purchased. And we'll keep an eye on that. Beautiful. Keep in mind, we need like 10,000 alloys to get our fleets fully built. So that's definitely a good sign. Absolutely. Have they sold again? No. Okay. So it may take some time. But we're just going to let this price drop. We'll check in on it periodically. Excellent. Do we upgrade our Star Fortress here? Yes is the answer. Getting this shipyard upgraded would be great. We should also get our Fleet Academy in here, and we should do that first. Fleet Supremacy is unlocked. Okay, that's giving us Fleet Command Limit, which is fine. That, of course, means that we can go into all of these, and we can add in frigates. And we bump that up to the maximum number for the time being. We add in frigates, and eventually we get rid of these raiders. These frigates would go up to 20, and then we go to, like, 25? Yeah, something like this. And then for the Vigilant Swarm, we'd add in our frigates here as well. And for the Planned Swarm, we would bump up our corvettes to 20 and our frigates to 12. Hang on. Oh yeah, that's because of this guy's level. So I would back this off to like 16 and 16. Like that. So now we need 30,000 alloys. This is also going to put us at 450 out of 440. So we need to expand ever so slightly there. I'm going to produce that third construction ship that I had mentioned, mostly to come build this mining station and then to start heading out this direction.
Research actualized.
I'm content with alloys. With these prices, I think it's fine. 0 point reactor is done, and from here we can grab the... Don't want to activate the L-gate just yet. We're getting close. That's our first repeatable tech available. We're not going to take it. We've got plenty of other techs to do. Okay, there's an available leader trait here. This is new. So we could go for Archaeologist 2, Venerated, Monthly Unity +3, or Research Speed +3. Win a Counselor. But this is our CEO, so he is, in fact, a Counselor. So we're going to take the 3% research speed. Done. Cool. That sounds very, very good. 68, 68, and 68. I feel like if only we had 1 more %, then it would be nice. But it is not nice, so here we are. We're going to instead, of course, bump up to a 0-point reactor. We'll have a big surplus in power for all of these. So we can probably think about getting rid of reactor boosters. Yeah, we could definitely run double afterburners here. There we go, and that was for our destroyer. So for our cruiser, could we get rid of both of these reactor boosters? Yes, we could. For these, we could go for auxiliary fire control. Done. And then for our battleships, we're currently running afterburners. I would go for auxiliary fire control here. I really wish we had a higher level of armor. Or railguns. That would be nice too. Kinetic artillery would be amazing here. But unfortunately, that's not a thing. So there we go. We'll get all of these ships upgraded. That is going to be somewhat expensive, but we're not shocked about that. Beautiful. And we now need 31,000.
Upscaled.
Okay. Cool. It won't take very long to get that done, but it does take a good number of alloys. We're waiting for the alloy price to drop back
liquidated.
down. So that'll be fine. Cool. How are we doing on jobs? Is the next question. Jobs are doing fine, actually. Destroyer hull points come up by 10%. We can grab cruiser hull points here. That is a rare tech. Or Corvette hull points. And actually, most of our fleet power comes from corvettes and frigates. So we are going to take that instead. Beautiful. I would love to have better armor. That would be really, really good. But for now, this is fine. The Cash Compose isn't doing anything right now. It is in Astrikian and needs to make its way up this way. And this construction ship needs to head to Kornagi. We've still got a number queued up over here. We are full on minor artifacts, so we are going to find peaceful applications again. We're going to go for... Actually, never mind. I'm going to go for military applications here. Okay, so this is really only good while we're in battle. So we will go for the peaceful applications here, and I think that we go for the amenities usage. Sure, that seems fine. Our capital needs an additional job. I'm not surprised that this guy isn't filling that job. Let's put in an upgrade to our food processing centers and our hyper entertainment forums and our fortress. Hopefully one of those they'll fill. We'll see. I'm not sure what slaves are allowed to fill jobs-wise. I don't usually run slaves, so that is now 6 40k fleets here in Havenstar. But also they've lost their home system, I think, or it's back in here. Wild. So of course we wouldn't be able to fight this if they did a full-scale attack on us, right? We know that. We know that for a fact. So this guy, once he's done building this mining station, we want to move into Himpra. We're going to need a lot of rare crystals. I'm going to buy in 500 here. And that'll buy us some time there. What else do we go for here? Plasma accelerators? Disruptors? As more of a reroll? Sure.
Upscaling complete.
Okay, so there's Kornagi done. We'll build our hyper relay in Himpra, allowing us to get around a little bit more quickly.
Ships upscaled.
Which is, of course, the idea. I also want to queue up our hyper relay in Howling Vortex. There we go. And then beyond that, all we need is this section out here and this section here. We're getting pretty close to having our main hyperspace relays done. So that's looking solid. Dahlberg Prime is still having stability issues. I think that's mostly due to the lack of amenities here. We have 5 available jobs. Maybe we should ditch the commercial zones and replace that with a holo theater. I think that would be a good job here, or a good thing to do here, rather. We did finish up our fleet command limit increase here. We can grab another one, or we can increase our naval cap. And for now, the naval cap is more important. We are going to be wildly exceeding our naval cap here. So I'm going to take this up to 35 and 27. I don't love those numbers. So 30 and 30, 32 and 30. Sure. It's not going to be exactly the same for everything, unfortunately. We can do something kind of like this. But having our fleet cap be based on the skill of the admiral definitely... I don't know that I like that, to be honest. It makes things messy, and it also means that if that admiral happens to die, problems can ensue. Now we need 51,000 alloys. Yeah, that's going to be a thing, and if we did this, we'd be at 550, so we need 110 naval cap. I mean, that's not super shocking. We should work on getting all of our fortresses upgraded.
Ships upscaled.
These do require a volatile moat, so we'll keep that in mind. We're probably going to, we're definitely going to be negative on volatile moats once we get all of these done. But this will give us the capacity to have quite a lot more naval cap, right? And that's a big deal here. We can definitely produce more volatile moats. That's not a big deal. I want to get all of these done fairly soon. This requires a planetary administration, which we do not yet have. And yeah, we need planetary administrations on a number of these. Okay. So that'll do. That will create volatile moats problems. That's
Research
understood.
Actualized.
Corvette and frigate hull points, sure. I'm going to go for citadels here. That'll be absolutely fine. So I want to check in on our stations here. This trade hub still needs to be upgraded. We should definitely do so. I also want to start upgrading our bastions here. So those are now all underway. We've got the alloys for that. Thanks to whoever is selling alloys. 4.39 is not quite as low as I want to buy. I want it to be below 4. So we'll see if we can catch that. In the meantime, we are, of course, increasing our alloy production. So that is looking absolutely fine. Let's look at our construction ships here. Where are they in this?
Research actualized.
Oh yeah, I moved them up here. I'm dumb. Okay, so that's absolutely fine. Disruptor finishes, and what do we want next? Guardian point defense? Exploit dark matter? We're going to grab exploit dark matter. We know that there's dark matter out over here. Great Khan Safeth Hedsald is dead. After his armada met with defeat a second time in the Ciabora system, the Great Khan made no attempt to escape his flagship when it was destroyed in the battle by the Tuxcan entity. With their beloved leader gone, a vicious power struggle has erupted in the Khanvazam horde. The Khan's warlords are now fighting each other for control over his empire. It remains to be seen who will emerge on top. So ends the reign of Safeth Hedsald. Indeed. All of his auxiliaries are here, it seems like. It does indeed seem like that. We need to head up into Hoggers and continue to head down this direction and connect up to Wuwei. That is the idea. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 600 rare crystals to make that happen. 3,000 alloys. So we can buy in 500 rare crystals. I'm going to sell 10,000 food. I'm going to sell 10,000 minerals here. And 5,000 consumer goods. I would like to buy these alloys, and the question is, the price is ticking upward. So we're going to do it. We're going to buy them now. That allows us to queue up all of this at this moment. Actually, not quite all of it. We need a few more points of influence. But that'll keep that busy for a few years. That's fine. Our hyper relay in Himpra is going to be done, and we'll head out to Methar. Beautiful.
Upscaling complete.
And we can grab ship fire rate, orbital bombardment damage, ship build speed, and build cost reduction. This would save us like 5,000... Yeah, 5,156 alloys is what that would save us. And that would allow us to eventually grab this. More fleet command limit, not necessarily what we need, but admiral experience gain would be nice. So we'll take that. After all, we need to protect our interests. This trade hub can be expanded to its actual designated size, and we'll put in a hydroponics bay as well. There's no point in bringing these up to a citadel, in my opinion, so that'll be fine. That's a huge amount of our alloy expenditure for our stations done. So that's great. Now we know that these guys have a fleet strength of like 400k. What is our total fleet strength? About 80k, 80 to 100k, depending on how you measure it. If we had these fleets maxed out, it would probably be closer to like 150, I would guess. Hey, 650 is our current cap. Now, if we look at this, we can see that we're at minus 11 volatile motes. That's not shocking. Not shocking in the slightest. We could, in theory, put in a chemical plant here. That would produce 2. We would need a number of those. Well, we'll see where things open up. Well, we've got this mining world here. And it's currently set up as a mining world. I'm going to put in this chemical plant, though. So that would bring this down to minus 9. And we'll work our way through this deficit of volatile motes. We knew that that was coming. So no major problem there. And yeah, we're working on our fortress here. That should be reasonably fine. We have our mote harvesting traps here that are offsetting it a little bit. Approximate jobs production of 1 volatile mote each. That's not great, is it? That's not great at all. Did they change that? Huh. So upkeep on the mote harvester job is food and consumer goods. So my question is, what's the point of a mote harvesting trap? Well, the chemical plant is also an approximate jobs production of 1. Is this just because of the stability? Yeah, it's just because of the stability, isn't it? So I do want to hop in here and take a look at our culture worker or our entertainer jobs. I'm going to flag the entertainer jobs as the high priority ones. That puts us at minus 9 amenities, so that's better. We're going to build our hyper entertainment forums there. The death of... Oh, hello. We've got multiple events here. The death of the Great Khan has also proved the killing blow for the many reforms that were instituted by the Khan Vazami to turn their disorganized marauder clans into a consolidated galactic empire. None of these warlords who succeeded the Great Khan have shown the least bit of interest in continuing these reforms, and the Khan Vazami have all reverted to the old ways of their violent marauder past. The Khan Vazami are united no longer. It was inevitable, perhaps. And they're also gone. Cool. So we don't have to worry about these guys here anymore. I love it. That is very good for us, and that also means, unfortunately for us, that the board is not okay with us continuing to work too much on additional defense. People are closing borders to us, and that's to be expected. The good news is we got a lot of defense work done.
Upscaling complete.
That is good news. And we can definitely work on some economic upgrades here. The United Malwegal Union is immediately preparing to declare on us. Now that's these guys here. Equivalent superior superior. Okay. Well, that gives us a good reason to go to the board and say, we still need to be working on this. It definitely does. So I do want to sell off some consumer goods here. Man, we still need to sell more. Price on these are super low. Okay. We're going to buy in these. And we're going to put that into building our fleets here. So that's fine for the moment. We have been investing extraordinarily heavily in our defenses. We're not quite ready yet. And this construction ship, I'm actually going to delete. We really can't afford to have it up. This one, once it's done, is going to head up to Methar and take over construction of this wing. So that'll be fine. I want to look at our trade hubs here. We definitely need to build trade hubs and hydroponics bays here. Trade hubs. We didn't have enough for the next one. We'll have to wait for the month tick. And we are, of course, producing a lot of corvettes and frigates, which is where the bulk of our fleet power is going to come from. Okay, trade hub and hydroponics bay. There we go. So our bastions are only 50% done upgrading. And the question is, are they going to attack here or here? We know last time they were grouping around Maragaran, and they were going to move in Theravia into Polbankir. But that doesn't mean that that's what they're going to do this time around. And the reason we know that is because their fleets were massed there. We'll see if they show up. For the time being, of course, we are working our way through our corvettes here. We're 63% done upgrading our shipyard. And we'll be doing a lot better on collecting our trade values out over here soon enough. So that'll be good. The Science Nexus, we would love to upgrade, but we don't have Mega Engineering yet. We'll get there. What do we have for jobs? Nothing. Okay. So for now, that's fine. We're pumping out ships for a bit. What's the price of alloys right now? 4.8. We've kind of exhausted our economy on buying alloys. We probably can't get away with doing too much of that for now. But we can definitely continue to pump up our fleet values here. We know that they're equivalent to us, but we have a lot of expansion room here. So that's a good sign. Our main bottleneck there is going to be alloys. So we'll see what we can do about that. And a lot of that is because we chose to put our alloys into our star bases first. We could cancel these, but I don't think that's a good idea, actually. These guys rivaled us, and we'll rival them right on back. That'll make us some additional influence. Cool. They're belligerent towards us, and they're in a federation. So would the entire Federation declare on us? Surely they couldn't get the votes for that from the Pictlings, right? Surely they wouldn't. Requires positive relations or an envoy sent to improve relations. They have declared Federation member Malwegal Union arrival. That would be us. Okay. Noted. That's interesting. I don't think that they could get the votes, but maybe in this version of the game, you can declare separately without calling in the full Federation. That's a possibility. And if so, I'm not very scared of them. I think that we would be able to ultimately be victorious there, just because of the sheer amount of military headroom that we've developed. So I think that would be fine.
Research actualized.
The Pictlings broke their commercial pact with us, and they're now suspicious. We're going to improve relations with them. They are cooperative still. There's our dark matter drawing finishing. I think from here, we need to be focused hard on military. Absolutely. We need to go for shield capacitor, and that's all there is to it. We need to be keeping our shipyard building as regularly as possible. Currently equivalent with them. We'll see how that goes. The Pictlings recalled their embassy. Okay. That's not looking good. Not looking good at all. Indeed, that isn't looking good. It's looking like this Federation is preparing to attack on us. The Galactic Information Entente. We'll see. For now, it's time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we'll see what they've got planned. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadowwolf, MLohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Anna the Elephant, Soccerman12UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.